So what we have here is all of the ingredients for a salsa verde, but we do fire roasted. So this is enough for 2 batches. Honestly can't tell you how much it yields because I don't know, didn't measure it, doesn't matter. But each individual batch though, I usually do about 8 tomatillos. That's these little things. And believe it or not, these are not green tomatoes. They are a cousin of the gooseberry. So they're in the same family, but they're cousins of the gooseberry. I typically do about 1.5 limes per batch. I'll do 1 serrano, 1 jalapeno, half a white onion. Now, the original recipe I saw called for, like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. Bump that. You can't, come on. If it calls for garlic, you put garlic in it. So I do 1 head per garlic. And then with this, I also just want to give it some extra pepper flavor. You know, poblanos are not spicy. So we do 1 poblano per batch. You're going to get your heat from the serrano and from the jalapeños. So let's get the grill set up and we're going to get firing. Okay, so I got my coal bed ready to fire roast the all of our wonderful veggies. So yeah, oh yeah, and I'm just using some old coals. I put a little bit of new lump in there, but I had some leftover coals and stuff that have been sitting in my smoker, so we're just gonna go with that because it's gonna still get hot enough. May as well use and recycle, right? Yeah, ta-da.
Fire, fire.
Tomatillos, what you want to do is you gotta pop stupid stems.
Hulk green.
Anyway, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel all these off, right? So this is what you want. Now, this is sticky. Don't worry about it. All you're gonna do, whoop, rinse it off under some cold water, and you're good to go. Because that's basically all you gotta do to prep these. Because what we're gonna do is get all of these rinsed, and then we're gonna put them on the grill and be fire roasted. Yep. So with the onions, I only do, I mean, some of them say you can just do a whole onion. You really don't need a whole onion per batch. So I do a half onion, and it's real simple. Boom, take the head off, obviously. And okay, I did that a little bit oblong. Doesn't matter, okay? So you peel that, obviously. And once we get all this peeled, boom. See, that's it. Now this onion's ready. And we'll do the same thing with this other one. All right, so obviously with the peppers, all we're gonna do is just rinse them off, get a good rinse on them. You can put them on the grill with the stems or without. I personally cut them off because it doesn't matter. Once again, something like that doesn't matter. We're gonna rinse all of the poblano. Set these over to the side. Rinse off our jalapenos. If you're really sensitive to heat and the oils in peppers, spicy peppers, you might want to use gloves. If not, if you're a gangster like that, then bump it. Don't use the gloves. Just go ahead and rinse them off real quick. You're not going to handle them that long anyway. So now we're just going to go ahead and chop it. Doop, just like that. That's all we got to do. When we throw away those. Some people might want to use them. Some people might want to. Now this, honestly, I will go ahead and save and put that on there because obviously you can see there's nothing wrong with that. Same with our little friends, Mr. Jalapenos. And again, 1 jalapeno per batch, 1 serrano per batch. I do not de-seed them because you want that little bit of heat. I know they say that, oh, there's more heat in the seeds. Oh, that's why you de-seed them. But that's kind of a myth, really. I mean, the membrane, seeds, all that stuff, you can use it. Even if you just took the husk of the jalapeno and the serrano, I took a little bite of the, man, it was spicy. Woo! Let me tell you. But, yeah, so doesn't matter. Just take off the stems. Ta-da. All right, so boom, there you got it. Boom. We got 2 heads of garlic, all the other peppers, onions, got the tomatillos washed off. This is going to be added to taste a little bit later. I'm going to cut these in half later. Don't worry about that. But, yeah, you just want to, when we go to blend in the blender, and you'll see what we do with that. Ta-da. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and set everything like this off to the side. We're going to go ahead and our garlic. Very simple. Boom. That's it. Now you can husk these, pull all that stuff off. I really don't want to make a mess here, so I'm just going to do this off camera. But yeah, do that for both of them. So here's the thing. Your grill doesn't have to be screaming hot, but I have an adjustable charcoal pan, so I could raise or lower based upon what I'm cooking. And with this, though, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up, you know, right below the grate. Now, also, another trick. Well, it's not really a trick, but if you want to kind of give some smokiness, just drop you some wood chips in there, you know, before you get going. Or if you want to just, you know, put a chunk of wood in there, whatever, doesn't matter. You're going to get that effervescence from the wood smoke on the veggies. So yeah. All right, so now we got a little bit of smoke going, and boom, you can just pop down. I'm going to do my tomatillos first. And so we'll just get all these loaded on here. Let's see what that looks like in a second. Voila, all the tomatillos are on. So we'll just do this in stages with the tomatillos, the peppers, the onion, and the garlic. And then last but not least, what I'll also do later is just put these bad boys down. Slice them in half, just drop them on there, get you some grill marks, because that little char flavor will actually get into the lime. And that just adds a little hint of extra flavor. Okay, so now, as you can see, we're getting some good char on these. Guess what? That's what you want. You might think, oh, that looks burnt. No, it's not burnt. It's fire roasted. Just do it. Go with it. Just go with it. Trust me. That is everything. That is flavor right there. Well, of course, you want to rotate some of these out of the center wherever you're. Find out where your hot zones are. Flip them. Flip them and move them. Flip them and move them. Flip them and move them. You feel me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you got to tilt some of them in, kind of where they're like, oh, look at that. I'm going to hopscotch it right in here. Then you just do that. And it'll be okay. Because it doesn't matter. Because what you want to do is get all these jokers looking like that. That. You feel me? Yeah. Ooh, you hear that sizzle? Yeah. So right there, that's exactly what we want. You want that nice, dark, crispy looking stuff. Trust me, it's not burnt. And if you get too far over past that, guess what? Just scrape it off. It's not that big of a deal. Same with the garlic. You're going to pop those cloves out of the garlic, but guess what? All that flavor, that roasted flavor, yes. All right, so after the tomatillos are done, which they look like that, that's wonderful. Then we put the rest of the goodies on. Right before we do the limes, like I said, we're gonna grill the limes as well. But yeah, you just put those on. Again, let them get some char. You want that skin on those peppers to get that char, that fire roastedness. If you want to add a few more wood chips to that, I'm just gonna chill right now and let this do its thing. So now we are concentrating real quick on the limes and letting the onions finish. The onions might take a little bit longer than the peppers and everything, just because onions. That's just how they do. When your limes start looking like that, yep, they're ready. All right, so we're just going to let these cool off a little bit before we put them in there, the wonderful blender. Oh, let's see. Power. Okay, boom. Release. Oh. So, like I said, you want to drop in about 8 per batch. I think I have 17 here, so we'll do 8 tomatillos. 1, 2, and they're whole. You don't do anything to them. You don't need to scrape any skin off. None of that stuff. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Put you one of those wonderful poblanos in there. Get in there, poblano. Take you one of those wonderfully blistered, charred onions. Drop that in there. If you want to break it up, you can. Doesn't matter. Take you one of those jalapenos. Take you one of those serranos. Bloop, bloop. You want to take you some of that lime. Squeeze some of that wonderful grilled lime in there. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Squeeze you, since I did 1.5 slices per, I'm going to do like that, or 1.5 halves. And then let's put that one in there. That's it. And then, oh man, that's awesome. The smell is amazing. You're getting that fire roasted goodness, and it just smells amazing. All right, so after that, what you want to do is, I probably need another glove, but yeah. We're going to take some cilantro as well. Now, the other part to that, we already had some cilantro chopped up. So what we want to do is just take some cilantro. Now, you can add whole stalks and everything in here. I'm just going to go ahead and add some of the chopped cilantro that I already had. And go ba-boom, 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 boom, 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 just like that. Ta-da! Oh, my goodness. That's going to be amazing. Grab that guy. He tried to get away. Ooh, ow, oh. Now the garlic, here's the thing about the garlic. You got to squish these out. You got to get them out of here. So, yeah. We'll go ahead and pause and we'll come back. All right. And so we got all the garlic husked and put those in here. You can see little bits of garlic in there and stuff like that. See, like, oh, garlic, look at that. Okay, so we got everything in there, right? I squeezed some lime in there. Now, we're going to wait to add the salt because we want to get all this stuff blended up. Put our bloop, 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 and we're going to go boom! Then we're going to go boom! Now, we don't want to puree this, but we can pulse it a little bit. Because you do want to get a good consistency of salsa. Salsa Verde! Ha ha ha! Now, it's time to add a little bit of salt. So, we're going to go ahead and do some fresh cracked salt. There we go. And it's just like boom, 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 boom. And if you have a shaker, doesn't matter. What I would stay away from is like table salt. Don't do that. Do some sea salt. Do some pink Himalayan salt. You can even do smoked salt. Whatever. Something other than regular table salt. You don't want to do that. Table salt is icky, icky, icky. We don't use table salt in this house unless we're rinsing out our mouth because one of the kids lost a tooth or something. We don't get down like that. So yeah. Don't be afraid to salt it pretty good though. And then you go back in, give it another pulse. And you should have fire roasted salsa at this point. Verde, salsa verde. You feel me? Oh, it smells great. Oh, it smells great. We're going to go ahead and put some of this stuff down in there because, you know, some of the chunks that didn't, actually, everything did get. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Let's take us a little taste test. Let's see here. Lord have mercy. It's got some heat. It's got that citrus. It's got those fire roasted notes. Oh, that's so good. You're going to like it. And after you blend it up, boom, there you go. Adjust the lime and the salt to your taste. You could add more, you know, maybe another lime or so. But yeah, there it is. Salsa Verde, fire roasted salsa verde. Third's barbecue recipe. Ooh, 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 ooh.